Hello and welcome to Vlogmas Day 20. It is so crazy how fast time is flying, but I'm very excited about this whole process, and I'm so glad that you are joining me here today to talk about productivity when you're working from the bed. So, it was either this topic or another topic, and I decided to go with this one today because if you've been following along with me for a Vlogmas, you may have noticed that I've been working from the bed quite a bit. And it's something that I do every now and again. And it's funny because, as you're aware, I do have like a dedicated office space and everything, but sometimes working from the bed is just a vibe. And some people don't necessarily agree with people working from the bed. Uh, a lot of people have different views on it. Some people talk about how, it's like good to have like a separate workspace from your bed. And like I've heard people saying how it can affect your sleep and things like that. To be honest, I haven't had any of those struggles in regards to that. Like if my sleep pattern's messed up, it hasn't been because of me working in the bed. It's like because my sleep pattern was messed up, I started working from the bed because I'll be up and I'm like, can't sleep, might as well do some work type of thing. But typically, it is good to have a wind down process. So, one of the things I know that I like to do is turn my devices down lower if I'm working late. So, like the screen is not glaring in my eyes. It does help that I do wear these blue light glasses, even though they reflect everything and it looks crazy in pictures and on videos. But hey, it does help a lot, especially when you are staring at the screen a lot. So, those are some things to consider if you are someone that is wanting to work from the bed. Some of the things that other people have said that they struggle with, like it messing up their sleep pattern or them not being able to unwind once they get into the bed. If that's something that you feel you might struggle with, then this may not be for you. But I'm going to touch on all the things I've noticed since I've been working from the bed on and off over the years. And obviously, I do prefer having a dedicated workspace, but there could be reasons why you might not be able to actually get to that dedicated workspace. And thus the reason, you know, you choose to work from the bed. So I'll get into that in just a moment. But I wanted to share, guys, before I forget. So if you've been following this whole Vlogmas process and journey, you will have known I broke my water bottle. I think it was last week when I had to go and deliver a client order. And I was pretty sad about that. So it was like one of those big gallon bottles. And I was thinking to myself, I don't think I want another gallon bottle. I just felt like it was just too much. It was too much. So I decided to go ahead and just get a 32-ounce bottle, which is 1 liter. And here it is. Isn't it beautiful? It still has the timestamps on it, which is neat. So basically, they say that you should be drinking two of these, I think is what would, well, this is based on one, like for someone that is, yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, so it's two of them. So why it's two is because on one side it's 8 a.m. and the other side is 2 p.m. So you fill it one time and it's like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and it goes all the way down to 1 p.m. And then you refill it. And then 2 p.m. starts at the top and it brings you all the way back down to 7 p.m. So drinking two of these is your complete water intake for the day, 2 liters of water. Um, and again, that's based on like body mass and things of that nature. So for me personally, I try to drink a minimum of two, but ideally 4 of these every single day. But I do love it. It's super cute. I got it on the Amazon. So if you do like this bottle and you want to be twinning with me, definitely go ahead and click the link. It'll be in the description box so we can be twins. All right, cool. So, disclaimer for this video. you see me looking over to the side a lot, which I don't know if you can tell with these blue light glasses. It's because I am looking at notes, which brings me into another reason why I thought it would be cool to do this topic. Because, again, if you've been following this whole Vlogmas journey, I share how YouTube has a new feature called the Inspiration tab, and it helps you to come up with ideas for content. Okay, so the Inspiration tab actually suggested this topic to me, and I was like, wow. Okay, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Inspiration tab. So this is me giving the inspiration tab a little try and basically going off of these notes. So there was no preparation on my part for this video because I was thinking, like I said earlier, between this topic and another topic. And this one just seemed like the right time to share this type of information. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So this is the ultimate guide to productivity from the bed. Yeah. Okay, so why working from the bed can be a productivity powerhouse. Ooh, they going in. They going in. But okay, let's keep it real. So from my perspective, I don't even know if I'm gonna follow this outline all the way through. I didn't even really look at it for real, for real. So I'm just gonna kind of skim through it. But working from the bed for myself personally, there's a lot of different times why you might actually choose to work from the bed. Sometimes it's for comfort. So, for example, women, we got our monthly situation we got to deal with, okay? And sometimes in those monthly situations, you're in pain, you don't feel good, and not doing anything at all may not sit right with you. Neither getting up and having to commute or, go for me, like, go to the office where I'm have to like wait for it to like warm up, and like, I like getting dressed and everything and clothes. Sometimes I'll like wear casual comfy clothes like I am now when I go into the office, but sometimes I like to dress up a little bit, just to kind of get myself in that mind frame. But it's nice to be comfy, and I find that when you're comfortable and you're doing work, it definitely makes the time go by a lot quicker, but it also allows you in the moments where you may not be feeling well and you still have the energy and the mindset to work to still get things done and not feel like your whole entire day is wasted. So for me, I think that having the ability to work from the bed is really neat and really cool. Some people might be like, "Oh, that's lazy, you're working from your bed." But let me tell you something. There is many a time since I've had the ability to work from home that working from the bed has literally saved my life, saved my whole entire life. And especially with, like if I'm not feeling good, if I'm in a lot of pain, if I have to pop a couple painkillers and take a little nap, drink some tea, I'm able to do that and do it from the bed and just like move my laptop over and get a little nap and wake up and get back into it. So I feel like it actually helps with productivity if you're ever dealing with like any pain or discomfort or anything like that. So right now I want to find out if you are here right now tuning in. Is working from the bed something that you have done? Do you like working from the bed? Let's start a discussion in the comments. Let me know, or am I the only one? So that is one thing that I do love about working in bed is the comfort. And if you're not feeling good, it's great. Also, when you are more comfortable, it actually increases productivity from what I have heard. I don't have any stats. I might have to look up that, but I've heard that it actually does increase your productivity when you're actually comfortable, So that does make sense because I know for me, when I used to work in the business world and have to actually go into an office, sometimes they would have the AC blazing in that place. And I just could not function. I'm like, I cannot think properly when it's so cold in here. It's winter. Why is the AC on? Can anybody help me understand this? So AC would be going, and I would literally be freezing and wearing like a sweater, and it was like really hard to function in those conditions. But when you're comfortable, you have your water, you have your tea, you have your sweater, you feel comfortable, being productive and being more creative actually happens for you from my experience. So that is another thing that I think is actually a bonus from being able to work from the bed. All right, let's see what outline here inspiration is giving me. Okay, so this is tea, and this is a very good point. So, if you are deciding to work from the bed, a couple things to be mindful of is, for example, your mattress. Is your mattress comfortable? Because if your mattress is too soft or if it's too firm and it's not comfortable, then that could really create an issue for you. Also, if your posture, if you're not sitting up straight in the bed, if you're slouching, all those things for a long period of time, that may not always be the best thing. So just make sure that you have really good pillows and that you have a nice, comfortable bed. And I like beds that have headboards to be able to lean up against the headboard and get that good straight posture going. Every now and again, sometimes I slouch a little bit, but ultimately, just making sure that you're in a comfortable position and you're not stressing out your back by being uncomfortable. So, good pillows. I always put pillows between me and my headboard to make sure that I have good little padding going on there. So, that is something to definitely, definitely consider if you are deciding to work from the bed, as well as lighting. Okay, so if you're working late at night, just making sure you have enough light to be able to see what you're doing. I, aside from working on my laptop, when I wake up in the morning, I like to stay in the bed when I'm journaling, when I'm reading, even going to bed at night. I like being in the bed, I like being comfy. And I don't know if you would technically consider that work, you know what I mean? Kind of depends on how you look at it. But in those times, obviously making sure, like typically I most people have a bedside lamp, just making sure that even though you are going to be working from the bed, that you have the same things that you're going to need access to if you are working from some sort of office space. So for me, for example, I have my work bag right beside the bed. So if I need a pen, and also I have like in my night table, pens, paper, all those extra stuff that I'm going to need if I need to take notes, if I have to write something down, which is taking a note, but you get what I'm saying. I have things that I need. Well, it's not like I don't have like a stapler or like I don't have a printer in here, but typically when I'm working from the bed, I'm doing light work. Most of the work that I personally like to do from the bed is all like on the computer or just like things that I can like write out and stuff like that. So I'm not doing any heavy lifting in the bed. Okay. So if you have heavy lifting to do, working from the bed, it's not gonna work out in your favor. It's gonna defeat the whole purpose. So just thought I should add that disclaimer. Okay, let's see. All right, so this is a very, very, very important. And I think this is okay. I'm just going over this quickly. So, well, these are some good little tips. Hmm, good little tips. Before we move into that, so the number one thing I want to touch on is the importance of taking breaks. It's the importance of taking breaks because you're so comfortable in the bed, you might mess around and be working for like 4 hours straight and be like, oh, snap, I've been here for 4 hours straight. I've been so focused. So, just remembering, setting reminders that you should be taking a break. I don't know if you are someone that has used the Pomodoro technique, if that's your jazz, or if you just want to set a timer, whatever it is. I've been guilty of waiting until I'm like, oh, my butt hurts, or, I have a little bit of pain in my back. Okay, I should probably get up, but it really shouldn't get there. You should try to be mindful and set breaks. Watch the time if you can, and just make sure that you are taking short breaks and getting up, taking a walk around if you can, going to get a beverage, take a water break, get up, get some food, you got to eat, um, go do something. So you're not in the bed literally all day, obviously, bathroom breaks, right? So try to make sure that you are still providing yourself with the time that you need to get up, walk around, and not just stay in the bed the whole entire day. Okay. All right. So another thing too is time blocking. So that is a really, really great one. Just making sure that you are staying on track when you are working. So making sure that you're handling the things that are top priority first. Pretty much the same rules would apply if you were to go to the office in how you manage your workflow. Try to make sure you get your important stuff handled first and foremost, and then move down the list to the less important topics or less important projects or tasks that you have for the day, and making sure that you are protecting your time in those moments. So, being in the bed, same type of stuff. Like if you were to go to the office, like turning off your notifications if you need to do dedicated, focused work, and just making sure that you are actually getting the work done that you set out to do, even though you are working from the bed, right? So, the purpose is to be more productive, right? So, hopefully, you found this helpful. And yeah, it looks like I covered everything. Oh, the last tip, and this is such a good tip. So, this is just to reiterate and go a little bit deeper into what I said earlier about working from the bed, making sure that you have those things in place to let your body know when you are winding down. So, if you have been working from the bed, making sure that you have things set up like having a light dimmer, or having your laptop or your phone or whatever device you're working on dim a little bit at a certain time, so you're not sitting in the bed working 24 hours, making sure that you're giving yourself that time and that space to wind down. So when I'm going to bed for the night, so not when I'm taking a nap, but when it's like the end of the night and it's time for me to get ready for bed, my laptop, that's closed. That's coming off the bed. The things that I use to work, anything work related, it's closed, it's off the bed. And then now that changes in my mind that, like, okay, this is me time. Okay, this is rest time. Okay, this is relaxation time. So just being mindful that even though you are working from the bed, being able to switch up that atmosphere and send those signals to your brain that, okay, yeah, I'm done working now and I'm actually preparing to relax and to go to sleep is super, super important. So hopefully you found this video helpful. And if you have never worked from the bed before and you feel like this has inspired you to maybe give it a shot, definitely let me know in the comments below. So, anyways, thanks so much for watching this episode of Vlogmas, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Peace.